William Coughlin. May 30th, 1993. Three young men from Oak Forest, Illinois, Bill Coughlin, just 19 years old, Jim Jacala, and Kevin Feely, arrived in Cave City, Kentucky. Their destination? Buzzard's Roost Cave, a tourist attraction offering both a tame historic tour and a far more dangerous wild cave tour. None of them were experienced cavers, not even close. They first completed the historic tour. Before entering, they signed a waiver, the kind no one reads too carefully, releasing the operators from liability, even for negligence. But Bill and Jim wanted more. More thrill, more adventure. So they signed up for the wild cave tour. Kevin, sensing something, declined. The two with four others were handed flashlights and led into darkness by their guide, David Hardin. David instructed that each person should follow the movements of the one in front of them. They crawled through dark, narrow passages until they reached a 30-foot hanging cable ladder. The first ladder, descended it, crawled some more, and then confronted a second ladder hanging over a rock projection, making it much harder to grip. Shortly after descending the second ladder, Hardin told the group that the official guided portion was over, but that they could explore nearby side passages if they wished, as they were behind schedule. He announced he would leave to make a phone call, and left them at the bottom of the second ladder. He did not return immediately. After 30 to 45 minutes passed with no sign of him, the group grew anxious. Bill tried twice to climb the second ladder to exit. Both attempts failed. Jim Jacala then persuaded two others in the group to exit the cave and look for Hardin. After waiting further, Bill made a third attempt to climb. This time he slipped and fell several feet, hitting his head against a protruding rock. The impact caused a scalp laceration about 2 inches, which bled heavily. In trying to crawl toward safety, he entered a different passage, a side passage away from the main route, and in doing so became wedged in a V-shaped slot in the rock formation. His body position became constrained, his chest compressed, making breathing and movement extremely difficult, if not impossible. Jim Jacala, seeing the seriousness of the situation, sent 2 people to go find Hardin. Hours passed before Hardin returned, without rescue equipment, without a medical team, without even a first aid kit. And still, no emergency services were called. Hardin tried, unsuccessfully, to pull Bill from the crevice himself. He failed. Again. Meanwhile, the cave's temperature was dropping. Just 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Bill began to shiver uncontrollably, hypothermic and barely conscious, trapped in that dark, frozen stone coffin. Hours dragged on. Finally, local fire and rescue teams were called. The Cave City Volunteer Fire Department responded, but by the time any serious rescue attempt began, it was too late. Bill's pulse was reportedly lost around 5 a.m. the next morning, May 31st, 1993. He had spent nearly 7 hours trapped underground. The cause of death, positional asphyxia. His twisted body could no longer take in air. He died slowly, silently, crushed by the earth around him. Bill Coughlin never made it out of that cave alive. His parents, devastated, filed a wrongful death lawsuit, not only against the tour company, TMH International Attractions, but also against its president and the guide, David Hardin. They argued that negligence, not adventure, killed their son. The company's defense? Bill had signed a waiver, but the port didn't let them off so easily. The judge ruled there was enough evidence to go to trial, questioning whether the waiver was truly understood by Bill, and whether it could really excuse the failure to provide proper guidance, proper rescue, or even a timely call for help.